Okay. So anyway, it might not let me do the recording, but anyways, my name is Kenzie March, you guys. It's Kenzie Coltrane hyphen March on Facebook. That's where you're going to be able to find me on there. And you guys can shoot me any messages that you like, and I will help in any way that I can, of course. So I literally just started in Q last month on December 3rd. However, I have been in this industry for 9.5 years. So almost a full on decade, you guys. And super, super crazy. I built a lot of the beginning parts of my business, what I like to call belly to belly. And that means like I did a lot of like in-home party type stuff. I did a lot of vendor events. I did a lot of, just like very in-person type of stuff. Okay. And that's how I built a lot of the beginning stages of my business. However, when when social media started like popping off, because I started in 2013, when it started popping off, we learned a lot of how to market, how to build, how to network, how to all the things via social media. Okay. And what I did go elite. Thank you so much, Caitlin. So yes, I did go elite last month. And one thing that I want to tell you guys right out the gate, speaking of that, because like I went elite, right? That's amazing. I went elite in less than 30 days, technically, right? And so I don't want you, if you're sitting in a spot and you're not at elite yet, or you joined very shortly ago and you're like, oh my gosh, like elite, like why am I not where this person is or that person? And you see these promotions happening. I don't want you to compare yourself to else in a negative way. I want you to look at anybody else doing something, and I want you to think of it as like, wow, this is confirmation that that can be done, because I have the same products, the same business opportunity, and the same free resources that she does. So I know that if she can do it or he can do it, I can do it too. There is room for me. And so also, like I said a moment ago, I've been in the industry for 9.5 years. So I've been building relationships. I have been networking. I have been building trust. I've built a friends list. I've built a following on several platforms. And so I'm not going to say like, oh my gosh, like I'm not saying I didn't work hard last month. Do not get me wrong. Like I worked my booty off, and so did my team. They're freaking amazing. So, but I just want you to know, to think of that as in like, oh gosh, like if you're not going elite in less than 30 days of being in the business, do not get down on yourself whatsoever. So I do want to say that. And then what I want to talk about with social media, you guys, is that this is such a huge freaking tool, a huge tool that we have. I'm so sorry my video sucks, you guys, but I might just turn it off for a second and see if it fixes itself. It did that the other day. So but anyways, it's a huge tool, okay? And and it's something that's going to help you build your business. I don't want you to think that you need to be a perfectionist, or that you need to be a like social media top influencer and a following of, equal to Kim Kardashian or some crazy stuff like that. Absolutely not. What I want you guys to do, and what I'm going to talk about tonight, is how you can utilize social media, post like you're already posting, make some tweaks and changes, learn some tips, but most importantly, be you and be consistent. Okay, that's the one of the most important things that I can tell you here tonight is those two things: be you and be consistent. And I want you to remember that we still have such amazing systems here in Q, of this plug and play system of the QIQs, using that resource to plug people into, edifying other leaders, letting them see, using those third-party tools, whether you're just getting them on a live QIQ or you're sending a recording, all different things like that. So that is like the bread and butter of our business, right? That is like the big system that really wins and that anybody can do. Anybody can do social media as well, but I want you to know, like, social media is a tool for you to network and find the people, to bring them to the QIQ, to connect with them, to send them the recording, whether they're interested in the products or the business, right? Okay, so again, continue guys asking questions. I'm not going to read it right just now, but I promise you, I will go through the chat and I will answer every single one of your guys' questions. So, yeah, so social media is a tool, but that most important thing, you guys, is that we take action on the things that we learn via social media, and that we use the plug and play systems that are already done. So let me just look at the chat to see maybe where I can start here really quickly. Bear with me, guys. Okay, writing captions. Let's see. Sorry if you guys hear my children in the background. I have 4 of them and they are wild. Okay, how do you choose who to add or what to do with this? Verbiage daily. Wording and books. Don't make posts sound spammy. I'll trip the princess. Okay. So let me start here. So like I said, I want you guys to be yourself. We're going to start with, don't feel like all the tips that you need to, that I talk about tonight, that you need to go and take every single one of them and put them into action. Maybe you only need to take a couple. Okay. And it's not going to happen overnight. Social media, you're going to have, you can have things that go viral or like posts that blow up, but majority of your content is not going to be like off the freaking chain. Okay. You're going to have like normal-ish content, right? You're going to have normal-ish content. And so, and that's all it takes, because that consistency part is going to level everything out. Okay. So what I'm going to start with, what we should be posting. Okay. So a couple things. When we are already here, not even involved in Q, we're already posting things, right? We're posting things that we like, that we relate to, that that we love, that we think are funny, all of those things, right? We're posting things that are things that have to do with us. Okay. A lot of people refer to this as like your brand. Careful with the word brand, because I don't want people to think again that they have to be social media influencer. However, okay, my camera's just not fixing itself. So sorry that you guys can't see me, but so basically, don't think that you have to be social media influencer as far as that goes. But what you can do is think of things. Okay, I want you guys to write this down, because this will also be some of your homework tonight. I'm going to give assignments. So your homework is going to be like, what things bring you joy? What are you good at? What if you were sitting next to somebody on the freaking bus and they brought up this subject, and you could literally talk to them for 30 minutes straight, a complete stranger. You could talk to them for 30 minutes straight on this topic. Maybe it's being a mom. Maybe it's, health and wellness in general. Maybe it's, my best friend Kim loves Will Ferrell. Okay. So if Will Ferrell popped up in a conversation, best bet she'd be able to talk to a stranger for 30 minutes about Will Ferrell. Okay. So what do people tag you in? Like when they think of you, and you're always getting tagged in such and such memes or whatever, like that could be part of something. How can you add value to your friends on Facebook? You're following on TikTok, you're following on Instagram, whatever social media platforms that you are using. How can you add value, you guys? And so this is going to kind of intertwine with that question that said, how do you make posts not sound spammy? Okay, well, we don't need to become an infomercial. We don't need to become a, what do you call it? Like a commercial of any kind, really. We don't need to be a billboard. We don't need to be like, buy now, join my team, and blah, blah, blah. You don't have to think of things that way. So that's why I want you to think, where can you add value at? This is going to be your most important and biggest influential thing, is how can you add value? Okay, this is going to also intertwine with helping you grow your network, okay? And you not showing up as somebody else that you're not, because you will attract people to you when you start posting the things that you relate with. Okay. I will put this little plug in here though. I want to encourage you guys to stop using the share button. Okay. Stop using the share button on other people's posts, on other people's pages, and just sharing their content, sharing their memes, sharing their posts, sharing whatever. Okay. Obviously, if you're like sharing somebody's GoFundMe or something, you know what I mean? Like, or sharing something for somebody that's legit. Okay. Go ahead and do that, but that will mess up your algorithm just by share. Okay. Don't do that anymore. And then when you are figuring out, like, say you're a mom. How many of you guys are moms in the chat? Say mom in the chat if you're a mom. Okay. That's one of my things. That's part of my brand, is me and being a mom. Okay. And when you think about that, there's like a million categories under mom, right? There's boy mom, girl mom, soccer mom, basketball mom, football mom, special needs mom. Like you could literally go on and on and on and on and on. What ways could you provide value to other moms on your social media? Are you funny? Are you a hot mess mom? I know I am. Like, that's what I talk about a lot. I'm like, I'm crazy. Like, just like, I'm always a hot mess. I'm never ready. Like, I got a hair in a messy bun. There's laundry everywhere. I'm forgetting something, or we're late, or this or that. And I like make jokes about that. And I add value, and I share that vulnerability with people, because other moms, every single time I make a good post like that, you guys, other moms are like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for sharing that. Like, Thank you so much. How many times have you guys commented on something else that somebody shared that was valuable? And you're like, thank you for talking about this. Thank you for blah, 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 right? It could also be like, who do you follow on social media? And why do you follow them? Maybe you follow a influencer yourself, right? Like an actual influencer or like another person's page or someone's Instagram page or whatever, because you like their content. Why do you like their content? Because it adds value to you. So how can you do that? Sit back, Cheyenne. So how can you do that on your own page? And this doesn't have to be anything super crazy, okay? I'm gonna try to go to my page later, as long as my computer will let me, and show you guys specific posts on my page where you can kind of like get an idea of what I'm talking about simple stuff, okay? So that's gonna be the biggest part of your content that you create on social media. You are going to add the value, and you are going to be social on social media, because social media platforms want you to be social, right? And that boosts your algorithm. It helps be like, oh gosh, like Kenzie's commenting on Sheila's status and Sheila's commenting back. So Sheila and Kenzie must want to see each other's stuff in each other's newsfeed. Boom. They switched up your algorithm. Okay. Same with, you know, Bonnie and Crystal. Bonnie and Crystal start interacting. It's like Bonnie posts about what just happened. I just had a window pop up. Okay, there we go. Okay. So, that, you know, like she posts something in her story, like, you know, I am out of the park with my kids or whatever. And like maybe Crystal's local to her. So she responds to her story. What park are you at, girlfriend? Like that looks like new playground equipment or something like that. Or you respond to a meme that they posted and you're like, that is so funny. I legitimately spit my coffee out when I was reading your post. Oh my gosh. Something like that, right? So that's going to be the majority of your content. And that is one of your big homework assignments tonight, you guys, is to figure out what makes you you. What can you talk to people for 30 minutes about? What are your interests? What are your hobbies? This isn't something that you need to nail down, set in stone, because you put it on a piece of paper because I told you to. You guys can develop this as you move along. Okay. You're going to develop it. It's going to get bigger. You're going to expand it, all of that good stuff. Okay. And then what else should we be posting about? We're going to post about the products, and we're going to post about the business opportunity, right? We have something really huge with Q. Okay. Like this, I've never seen anything like this before. Like I said, I've been in the industry for 10 years. I've had a lot of people come to me and be like, hey, how about looking at my opportunity? How about looking at my opportunity? And I was never interested in any of them, you guys. Until Q came, I could not, you know how people are posting that status like, oh, like I couldn't unsee it. It's freaking true. It may sound cheesy, but it's true. So we have such an incredible like piece of gold here. And so share that with people. And how are you going to share it? Okay. So business related posts they could be a million things. You guys can write down some of these ideas. So one of them could be like, describing how you ended up coming across Q for the first time. Okay. Who introduced you to Q? What did you think? What was life like before you even decided to like watch a QIQ or however that turned out for you? Okay. What is your specific goal with starting the business, financial related? Okay. Maybe you have a financial goal or several financial goals with Q. You can talk about those. You can talk about your office view. You guys, where do you get to work this business? Do you work this business on your lunch break? Do you work this business when your kids go to bed? Do you work this business while they're at practice? Do you work this business when, you know, you get up super early before your regular job? Do you stay up later? Like, talk about you being able to work this business on your own schedule, right? Because that's true. You can also talk about what your team is doing. If you don't have any team underneath of you, that's fine. You have a team surrounding you, okay? You have sidelines and you have uplines, and you can most certainly talk about the success that you're having, because the sharing different parts of other people's success, we are included in your team. Hi, my name's Kenzie. I'm on your team. You are more than welcome to share my stuff as well. And then also, you know, you're able to post, you know, promotions and different things like that, your stories and stuff like that. That's all posting about the business. Okay. And then, so that's just like a couple random ideas. Now, product wise, you can talk about, okay, first of all, let me get to the bottom of the chat here. It's like, keeps scrolling back up. Okay. Who here, I want you to, oh, hold on one second. Okay. Who here has a 100 PV subscription set up right now? Put PV or put 100 or put me or whatever in the chat. Yeah, put me if you have 100 PV subscription set up right now. If you don't, do this as soon as you guys can. Why? We need to be a product of the products, right? We need to be using these products. Number one, they're freaking amazing. Okay, these are amazing products, you guys. Everyone that I am talking to, everyone on my team, everyone in their customer line has loved every single thing that they have tried so far. And not only loved it, they've gotten results fast. That is hella crazy. That makes me so excited to have products that work, that people are like, oh my gosh, like that is amazing. So get that set up for yourself. This is going to help you be so confident in what you are talking about, right? As you are like out here, you're introducing people to Q, you're bringing them on the QIQ, they're asking you, hey, what products are you using? You don't have to be using 50 of them, but if you got yourself a good testimony on one of them, if you've sampled a couple of them, you can talk about that. And then you're going to show yourself using these products. You don't need to be, again, I'm going to talk a little bit more about how we're going to be posting and stuff like that, but you don't have to be like spammy or commercially or anything like that. Every single time that you introduce these products to your social media, you can switch it up. Okay. You can literally post different ways. And I'm going to talk about that in a minute, but using these products is going to give you that confidence. It's going to give you that boost that you need. And hello, you're going to get incredible results, right? Like, yes, nobody's going to be able to tell you nothing. You're going to be like, girl, absolutely. Why are you not on my products yet? Right? So you are going to be doing all of those things. So those are the three main things that you should be posting about. Things that you already are, that are in your realm of your brand, right? That make you who you are. And then the business opportunity, and then the products. Okay. Now, the really cool thing with being who you are and showing up as your real self is that you can intertwine all of these together. So it doesn't always have to be a this or a that. It doesn't have to be, I'm looking for 3 product testers. None of that. We're above that. We're, you know, whatever. Like if you are legitimately like doing stuff, like you're like, man, I really wish I had like a couple more customers on queue. Awesome. Talk about that. But we're not doing those posts on a regular basis. What we're doing is, say, for example, okay, let me back up. So those are the 3 posts that we're doing. Okay. 3 types of posts that we're talking about. Now, where are you posting at? Okay. You're going to post on your regular feed, right? Say for Facebook, for instance, you're posting on your regular feed, and then you're also posting in your stories. And if you really want to be utilizing social media for everything that it's worth, you're going to be doing reels and lives. Okay. Some of y'all about pooped your pants when I said that. When I said reels and lives, you were like, oh, I don't want to do that. Girl, I'm telling you, or guy, there might be some guys on here. I don't know. I didn't read the whole thing, but they are game changers, you guys. The stuff that social media is putting out for us to use, take advantage of it and start using those features, because that's what's going to push your content out there even further. Okay. So that's the areas that we're going to be doing. So when you are talking about, we'll say a product post. Okay. If you're like, dang, I haven't talked about the products. Okay. Say you are, for instance, I have been drinking the greens and the calm drink mixed together every morning. Okay. And it is freaking good. And so let me just give you a couple ideas of what you can do with that. Okay. So you can literally be on your story and just talking about something that has to do with your brand, something about being a mom. You can talk about, listen, today was literally like a hot mess day. Like the kids, like one of them ended up being sick, or, the dog threw up on the floor, and I like left my lights on last night. My battery was dead. The kids were late for school, all of this craziness, right? All the while you are sitting on camera, mixing up your products. Okay. And you literally don't have to say a dang thing. You can literally just be mixing up your products. And if you want to get real tricky with it, or real intentional with it, you could have make sure it's a clear glass or something that is see-through, so they can see it being mixed and they can literally watch you. Okay. And so you're just like doing that, whatever. You don't say anything about the products, nothing. You just literally go off about your morning. All right, guys, hope you have a good day. See you later, blah, blah, blah. Okay. The next day, say it's Tuesday, you pop on and you're like, you guys, like, I didn't think that I was going to like greens. I've never been like a greens type of drinker or whatever, but this greens that I've been drinking, I don't know if you guys have seen me mix it in my stories the last few days, but it's literally apple cinnamon. I'm mixing it with my peach lemonade calm drink. Don't even get me started on that. But yeah, this has been really good. It's supposed to help with, you know, fruits, veggies, and my immune system. I'm really excited about it. And then you go on talking about something else. It's literally like just plugging it in, right? Just plugging it in, super simple. Okay. And then the next day, you literally have your clear cup. Okay. The next morning, you have your clear cup and you have your greens already mixed in it. And you literally hold it out in front of your camera. And then you just turn the cup. I don't know if, let's see if my camera will let me show my face on here. But you literally just turn the cup like this. Like you just move your hand and turn the cup and you do a boomerang. If you do not know how or what I mean when I say boomerang, please put that in the chat and let me know if you don't know what boomerang is and I can help you. So that's the third way. This is you posting about the products consistently every single day. Not one of those ways did I mention sound spammy or anything like that. And then the next day you could be like, oh my gosh, you guys. So I've had a couple of you ask me like what the greens actually do. So I'm going to actually put in writing right here. I'm going to show you guys like what the greens actually does right here. You know, if you guys want information, like just swipe up and say greens, let me know, like swipe up and say greens. And then you can literally have people swipe up and say greens. And on the words that you put on the video, you can be like, you know, fruits and veggies, superfoods, energy, detoxing, like blah. Like you just go to the product info and like put a couple bullet points on what it does and add that to your video. Boom, done. Okay. So, and then just getting creative and doing things just like that. But you don't have to overthink it. You don't need to spend like, you know, hundreds of dollars on like apps and different things like that and become a professional video editor and think, no, like literally just all what social media has on there for you is good. So they are on Instagram. Are you there? Yes. The boomerangs are on Instagram. I don't remember if you can do it on Facebook or not, but it's literally Cheyenne, let me see my phone. Let me see my phone. Hand it over here, please. So it might be easier too if I just kind of like hand it to me. If I screen record it and post it into our Align Society, and I can show you guys kind of like a little recording on how to get to that feature. Susan, I can definitely do that for you, but it's just basically like a little like bleep, bleep, like it shakes the video up, like puts it in reverse and forwards, like speeds it up, slows it down. I don't know how to describe it, but it does that. Okay. And so that's something that you can do in your story. So then you guys, for instance, like we have Q Home launching. Okay. So what we can do is what? Yes, I am. So when we have Q Home launching, you could literally be talking tomorrow. You're mixing your greens in your stories, right? Like, oh my gosh, like da 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 da, talking about whatever. And then you're like, you guys, even if you're not going to conference, you can say this. You can be like, you guys, I am so excited because I have, ever since I started this company, I've loved all of the products. I've loved the whole product line. We literally have products like no other company. Okay. Like hands down, no products or products like no other company has. Now we're about to launch a home line. I don't know what these products are. Okay. They just said home. What do you guys think would be in the product line? Like, can you guys give me some guesses? And you guys could put a poll on your story, or you could have them swipe up and tell you guesses, right? Like, be like, I don't know what it is, but I know this is going to be huge. When you guys think a home line, what do you guys think? Like, you know, do you guys think shampoo? Do you guys think tooth? Like, what do you guys think? You know what I mean? Yes, Susan, we're launching a Q Home product line at conference later this month, and they're gonna let us know what those products are. So you guys can kind of drizzle that right on your feed, right? And so and then I'm not going to get into like reels and lives and stuff like that because I can go on a whole nother tangent with reels and lives to give you guys specific tips on, you know, all of that stuff. So I'm just going to focus on like the basics. Okay. Now on regular posts. So not in your story, right? Not in your story, but like on a regular post, and you want to intertwine them, right? Like I said, for a business post, you could talk about your goals, right? You could literally, and some of you, it might not be a financial goal. Maybe one of your biggest goals is your your fitness or your health goal that you have because of these products that you're able to use, right? And so you could make a post about being with this company and you're able to, you know, make money. I'm giving you guys very vague, but like you're able to be with this company, make money, and utilize a free app that you have to help you with your goals, not just using the products, because those are great and you're loving them, but now you get this free app that's going to help you with meal plans, exercise routines, accountability. And I'm able to like offer this to other people while I'm making money, you guys. Like, this is so awesome. I feel so blessed, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So you're incorporating business, your personal goal, and products, right? Product side of things, because I know that like the app isn't a product itself, but it's a resource that your products or that your customers get to take advantage of for using products, right? And your team gets to take advantage for being in business, right? So there's all sorts of different ways that you can incorporate them in different posts. But most importantly, you guys, when you're writing up a post or even when you're talking on anything, okay, I'm sure you guys have heard this saying, facts tell, stories sell, right? So, okay, when you hear me list off like, tell me, okay, if I was to hold up the packet of greens, right? The bag of greens. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is so stupid why my video is doing that. I'm so sorry. Okay, so if you were to hold up a packet of greens and you were to read on a video, or you were to type out the ingredients list and what it does, would that be more eye-catching to you? Like if I did that, if I was like, oh my gosh, like strawberries, kiwi, blah, 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 detoxing, pH balance, alkalinity, da, 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 da. Would you get more out of that post, or would you get more out of, you guys, listen, I have been on greens for like 9 years now. I used to get all sorts of belly issues. And I'm telling you, like once I started giving my body greens, you guys, I was not feeling sluggish anymore. You guys, I could not shake that sluggish feeling that I used to get all the time. Like, and I would want to drink more caffeine or like pop or something like that. And then it would just make me feel like crap. Like my belly would feel like crap. My energy would feel like crap. And then I feel like my body's cleaner. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like my body is legit cleaner when I drink the greens. So do you get more out of the first example, or do you get more out of the second example, right? You probably get more out of the second example because I was talking about how I felt. Same thing if you're talking about how a customer of yours feels on a product or their own testimony. Talk about how they feel. You guys, emotions are everything. That is what people are connected to. They aren't connected to facts. They're connected to emotion. How did you feel, dude, when you got that promotion? How did you feel when you saw builder in the back office? When you saw pro in the back office, right? Like, how did that make you feel when you got to call your girl and be like, oh my gosh, Jean, guess what? Like, did you look at your back office, girl? You are pro. You just went pro. You would be like ecstatic, right? Talk about how you felt. Talk about how the way Jean felt. Talk about how, oh my gosh, like that felt so incredible to be like, I've hit goals. That's been amazing. But to help Jean hit her goals, she has shared the reasons why she wanted to do the business. And it was XYZ, right? It was because, gosh, she really needed the extra income to pay for her credit cards because she racked up credit cards while she was off work. She was sick. She was off work. And now, like, it literally felt like a okay. Sorry, guys. Oh my gosh. So let me know if you can hear me. Okay, I heard a yes. Okay. So, oh my goodness. I am so sorry, guys. Goodness sakes. And my camera is still messed up. So, anyways, so you get more out of sharing the emotions that you felt, the emotions that your team member felt, right? And other people are going to connect with that too. They're going to start to put themselves in your team's shoes, right? They're going to be like, oh my gosh, like she helps her team. She helps her team. Like she would help me. Like I would be able to talk to her about my goals and she would be able to help me with this. She would see that you know, there's so much support. Like for instance, being on this Zoom, and I'm not saying this because I'm the one doing the Zoom, I'm saying it because this kind of thing helps. So when you're even taking a screenshot of you being on this Zoom, or a boomerang of you being on this Zoom, or a picture of your computer screen with all of these people on here, okay, you are able to show others that you have support here, because that's a big thing here, right? Being able to have all of the support that we have. I'm literally amazed at all of the support that we have here in Q within all of the leadership and all of the mentors. I'm blown away and I think it's amazing. And so let's share that with people. So how do you convey emotion when it comes to stories? Okay. So talking, like showing the camera on your face and talking, you're definitely going to be able to convey your emotion through your voice. Okay. Using your voice. Don't be afraid of it. About 99.9% of us hate the way we sound, right? Like we're like, okay, I hate my voice. That's no, thank you, right? We don't want to listen to a recording of us. We don't want, like, we hate it. Move past it, guys. Everybody hates their voice. Okay. So showing your emotion as you're talking, as I'm talking, like you're going to be able to hear the excitement. You're going to be able to hear like the emotion that might be attached to something that's sad that you're talking about. If you're talking about something from the past, right? And you're explaining a goal or explaining a situation, they're going to hear your emotion through your voice. That's going to be the biggest way for people to connect with you. I can promise you. Video content is going to be the biggest thing for conveying that. But then also another tip I have for you guys, like when you're writing posts up, you're trying to think of words to use, you're trying to think of like how to type something up, use voice to text, right? Like the little microphone, and you like just press it down or whatever, and you just start talking instead of typing, and then it types your words out for you. Okay. You can do that. That number one can save you time, but also it can help you with just getting the words out, right? Remember how they used to make us write papers back in the day where we used to have to like do a first draft, a rough draft, a second draft, and then we had to like proofread, and then we had to brainstorm before that, blah, blah, blah. So it's kind of like doing that, you know? And so like, say for instance, if you're like driving or if you're sitting somewhere or whatever, and you think of an idea for a post, start jotting it down, or do voice to text and getting the words out. And that way it will also sound like you. Okay. It will literally sound like you will, your words are going to come out of your mouth, and it's going to come into typed out words, and it's going to read. When somebody reads it, it's going to sound like more of you're actually talking to them, right? Because it's your wording. You're not going to be like, oh my gosh, hey girl, I totally think that. If you don't talk like that, you know what I mean? If you do not talk like that, don't use that wording in those phrases and that verbiage in your posts or in your messages. Okay. Again, be who you are. Okay. There are 32 of us on here right now, and we are all different. We all have the same opportunity, the same products, but we're all different people, right? And so what separates Cami from Sarah? What separates Krista from Veronica? What separates Joan from Robin, right? There's a ton of things that separate you guys. So be yourself, because there's people that are going to connect with Sheila way more than they connect with Aaron. And then there's people that are going to connect with Aaron way more than they connect with Shannon, right? It's how it's going to be. So be yourself, right? And then, so that voice to text will really help you with all of that. Okay. Now, another thing that I want to talk about, sorry, I might be kind of like all over the place with my notes, but that's how my brain works sometimes. But, so yeah, as far as like building the connections too, this is going to be something that's really, really important, you guys, as you are making all of these posts. Okay. And people are commenting on it. You might have 0 comments on your post. That's cool. I have 0 comments on my post too. You might have 37 one day. You might have 2. You might have 5. If you have people commenting on your stuff, you better be interacting with them, right? we need to be interacting with them. So that means that we're hearting their comments or, liking or ha-haing them. And then we are replying to them, even if it's just like a couple emojis or a couple of words, right? You don't have to write them a paragraph back, but respond to them, because that's going to indicate that you're being social with these people. And that's what social media wants you to do. They want you to be social. Okay. And then that is you building a relationship with them. You are connecting with them because you're not seeing them in person all the time, right? Do you guys keep the spam ones? I just heart it unless it's oh no. I don't really get spam ones anymore. If I get spam ones, I honestly delete them unless it's on my Instagram. I do get a lot of spam ones on my Instagram that'll be like, promote your post, blah, blah, blah. I just leave it. I don't care. But so you can make sure that you're interacting with everybody, right? Especially when they're taking the time out to comment on your stuff, right? Or sending some hearts or whatever. And then intentionally interact and build relationships with other people that you are friends with and that you are following, et cetera, right? You're going to watch their stories and respond to them. Okay. Don't go out here being ingenuine, right? We want to be genuine. We want to be who we are. So how many times have you picked up your phone and you, okay, guys, I am back. Goodness gracious. Whew, do I appreciate you guys being patient with my freaking crazy internet. So anyway, oh my gosh. Okay. So what was the last thing I was saying? Shoot. What was I saying, guys? Oh, interacting to people's stories, right? So you're going to go and watch people's stories. You're going to interact with them. You are going to, how many times have you guys been on social media? You're literally like sitting in the car, you're sitting on the toilet, you're laying in bed, you're laying on the couch, you're eating lunch, or you're doing whatever, and you're just scrolling social media. You're just scrolling it, right? You're literally just not commenting on a thing, but you thought, oh my gosh, that was so funny. That's hilarious. Or, oh my gosh, that is so cute. I wonder where they got it. Or, oh, that looks so fun. Or like, oh my gosh, that is so sad. Like, I do love her earrings though. Or, whatever. Like, how many times have you guys done that? Right? So we're not going to do that anymore. When we are on our phone and we are scrolling, okay, you're not doing this in a creepy way, but you're scrolling and you're just going to be intentionally interactive with people. So instead of just thinking those things, unless it's a rude thing, goodness sakes, I mean, we all can think some rude things sometimes, but unless it's a rude thing, you're not going to comment it. You're going to just comment what you genuinely think is nice, kind, uplifting, all of those things, right? That's what you're going to comment. And so instead of just, just scrolling on by people's posts, you're not going to do that anymore. You're going to be interactive on purpose. Okay. You're going to build relationships with people, make people feel good, give compliments, things like that. Okay. What else? And then, okay, facts, sell, storytell, pain points, results. Okay. So also, if it's something that you guys know, this is something that I'm going to follow back to, like facts, tell, story, sell, right? Talk about emotions, talk about feelings, things like that. You can also talk about pain points. It's kind of weird to talk about, like for me to talk to you guys about, like to train on it, like feels kind of weird, but for real, you can talk about people's pain points, right? Like, what are people's pain points? Usually has things that has them up late at night about, and they need the sleep spray because they can't even freaking sleep because they're stressed about their bills, right? Or they're stressed because they don't have any extra time with their spouse, or they're up to their eyeballs in debt, or they don't want their kids in daycare as much as they are, or they don't want their kids in daycare at all, or they have debt. Cheyenne says she wants to be in daycare, you guys. Anybody know of any openings? She wants to be in daycare. You're in school full time, ma'am. So, different things like that. You can talk about the different pain points, because that exactly, we can connect with pain points. That is how you do connect with people, right? Because a lot of times we feel like we are alone in these difficult areas, right? Or stressful situations. And when, again, you are yourself and you are vulnerable and you are genuine and you share this stuff, people relate, people connect, people trust. Okay. And so that's important. And you guys, so when we're thinking about, again, like, okay, I'm posting this vulnerable stuff, I'm posting this stuff that has to do with my brand, right? posting about the products, posting about the business. And sometimes it can feel redundant on our end or repetitive. I don't know if redundant is the right word. I don't even know what that means fully. So, but we can sound repetitive. We're like, oh my gosh, like this is like, I've said this a million times. No, you are constantly growing your network every single day, right? I'm going to talk about that in a minute, but you're going to be constantly growing your network every single day. You're going to get new people in your network. Not everybody sees your posts, right? Not everybody sees every single post that you make. And even if they did, sometimes people need to see you post it 17 times about why you love this, right? You are definitely not annoying. You're being consistent. Some people are nosy Nellies, you guys. They want to know, are you drinking the calm? Are you drinking greens? Are you drinking sport? Were your kids late to school today? They were late yesterday. What are you guys having for lunch? Where do you Christmas shop? Where do you shop? Do you bring your own keychain on your purse for Aldi for your quarter? Do you prefer mayo or mustard? Do you prefer mayo or Miracle Whip? Like, people are nosy. They are nosy. Y'all are nosy too. I'm nosy. Everybody's nosy, right? We just like want to know what people are doing. That's why we stay up until 3 a.m. watching cleaning TikToks or reorganizing TikToks. Why? Because we're just freaking nosy. We want to know what they're doing, right? Like, what are they? Oh, let me go check out their Amazon list. Even though we're going to buy nothing on their Amazon list, but we want to know what the heck is on their Amazon list, right? They're just nosy. So people should never have to come to your page and wonder what it is that you do, right? They should come to your page and within a couple scrolls and watching your story, they should see what you're about. They should get an idea of what type of person that you are. Are you funny? Are you kind? What are your standards? Like, are you real? Are you fake? You know, do you work a business online? They should see that within the first few scrolls. Okay. And so if they can't see that, that means you're not being consistent enough. I'm not saying you need to throw it up in everybody's faces. No, right? But they need to at least be able to go to your page and at least do one big scroll and know what it is that you do, or have an idea, right, of what it is that you do. They might not know it's Q Sciences specifically or blah, 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 but they need to know what you do. So be consistent, because let's say somebody has been watching you for the last 30 days. 30 days they've been watching you, okay? And then they watch you make, your greens, or they watch you take your core every day. And then like another, like, then you just like stopped posting about it. But like on that 37th day, they come to check your page because they were watching you every single day, being consistent. And they're like, oh, I know the girl that you just said, I'm going to go to her. And then they're like, oh, I don't even know if she does it anymore, because she used to post it on her story, like of her like taking the products every morning and stuff, and I don't see that anymore, or I don't see any like posts about anything. Like, it's like weird. I don't even, is she even on social media anymore, or is what, you know what I mean? Like, you want to be consistent. You want to be the person that they come to. You want to be the person that they're like, I know her because she shows up. They don't, you just like you guys, you didn't want to join with somebody or partner with somebody or buy products from somebody that you didn't think was going to be available if you had questions, or that you didn't think you would be able to, actually partner with, or that you thought was just going to like disappear in 2 days, right? You wouldn't have done that. You wanted, somebody that was consistent, is basically what I'm getting at. Okay. So, all right, let me, okay. So with your Facebook and Instagram, you guys, you definitely should be on both. And what you should do is link your stories to post automatically. Please hear me correctly. I do not mean your posts. Like, I don't want you posting on Instagram and then it automatically posting to Facebook. I don't want that happening. I just want your stories linked. Okay. And again, I'm going to put a note in here to post a video to do a screen recording to share with you guys how you can do that. But you're basically going to do it under your settings tab. And it allows you to, if you just pull up Instagram, you take a picture and you post to your story on Instagram, it will automatically post to your Facebook story for you. Okay. So therefore you are posting on two platforms, right? And Turn that off, please. So on platforms, right? Both platforms, killing two birds with one stone. You're working smarter, not harder, right? Again, let me see. Okay, so let me go through some of these questions really quickly so I can get to exactly what you want. So what can I do differently? I don't know if I'm being consistent enough. Okay, well, when you are, ask yourself this: are you talking about the products or the business in some way, shape, or form and being yourself every single day for the last 7 days previous? Look back on your last 7 days. You can give your social media an audit, okay? And you can be like, oh gosh, okay, so the last 7 days, how many times did I share anything about Q Sciences, right? Or anything about how many days did I add value of some kind, okay? And then same with your stories. You can go look at that. That's just one place to start, okay? One place to start. You don't need to be blowing up your newsfeed posting like product all the time, right? You don't need to do that. You can connect with painters. Those are the times they interact. How many times have you picked up your phone and, oh, that's what you were telling me I was going to say. Thank you so much for that. Let me scroll up. She has the worst service in her area. Yes, I do, Kimmy. Thank you. Always shook spellings beforehand. I already answered that one. Okay, let me go back up here. Sorry, guys, I'm gonna get to the more questions here. Okay, do you have a rule on the number of personal to business product posts that you and stories that you post? I don't have a rule number other than I need to be talking about it at least once a day. I need to show the products that I'm using once a day in some way, shape, or form, like those examples that I gave in the beginning of like the different ways that you can talk about the greens, right? Even if you guys are using Core, most of us are on Core, right? So you can do a little boomerang or you can share the quote, right? Like share the picture. Like, cause you know how some people like share a Bible verse or whatever, or like, I just got like that Jesus is Calling book or whatever. So it gives you like a different devotion thing or whatever every single day of the year. So like some people will like take a picture of that and show that. You can do that with your Core. Like here's my AM quote on my package, right? And so I just making sure that I do it at least once a day, that I'm at least adding value, that I'm showing my products, and I'm talking about my business in some way, shape, or form, right? In all of the ways that I gave you those examples before. So when you started, did you work on sales or recruiting the most? So when I started here with Q, I worked on recruiting first, to be quite honest with you. I worked on recruiting as far as going to the people that I knew I wanted to share the opportunity with first. I definitely took Caitlin and Kristen's coaching and was like, okay, who do I need to get connected with? And before I even post, before I even say anything, I'm going to build, curiosity, and I'm going to go to people and say, hey, I haven't even went public about this. I've not even went public about this. And I wanted you to come check it out. You're one of the very first people that I thought of. And I think you need to see this. And I wanted you to see it before I went public. And so that made it extra enticing for these people, right? Like legitimately though, like they were people that I wanted to make sure that I talked to first and that I exposed to Q first. So that way they could be one of my top people. And so that's primarily what I did. Now, remember, like we don't have to focus on one or the other at Q. We can literally just plug them in to the systems, right? Plug them into a QIQ, whether it's a recording or a live, and they get to decide like, oh, wow, like I just came for the products. Didn't know there was this whole amazing comp plan. I'm in, or I just came for, to see about making money, but these products have me so excited, like goodness sakes, right? And so they get to decide which way they want to go for it. So don't feel like you have to focus on one or the other, okay? And then I have a couple companies I'm working on following, under 1,000 people, only customers. Each company been 2 years. Okay. Where is more questions? Okay. How do you choose how to add friends on Facebook, or what's your method? So, okay, this is a really good question, you guys. And this is where it's going to circle back around to building, like, or adding value. Okay. and connecting with your people. So when I was talking about like your brand, right, in the beginning, like, are you a mom? Do you have a certain hobby? Blah, 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 right? What are the things? Are you a nurse even? It could have to do with like your regular profession that you're in, like your regular job. Are you a hairstylist? Are you a doctor? Are you a, you know, a dog groomer? Whatever. Okay. Now connect with other Facebook pages, connect with other, so you can go to like actual groups on Facebook that pertain to these things. Okay. Why should you go to these things? Because it has to do with who you are, and you can add value here, right? You can add value inside of those group pages. Okay. People ask a lot of questions in group pages, right? You can answer some questions. You can make it a point to spend 5 minutes a day interacting with the groups that you're in, interacting and building relationships in there, answering people's questions, asking questions, making a post yourself, asking a question, making a post, adding value in there. Okay. So you're doing all of that. And as you're like connecting with people in there, send them a friend request. Don't message them immediately and ask them, hey, you want to hop on a QIQ? Don't do that. But you're just going to go in there and you're going to connect with them. Then what's going to happen? Then they're going to be going to your page and they're going to be seeing that you've added value, or they're going to be seeing that you're a dog groomer. So duh, that's why you were in a dog groomer page, right? And you connect, they connect with you. Boom. That's a connection. Now every morning when they see you take your core in your stories, they're going to be like, what the heck is this? Eventually they're going to be like, what the heck is this? Right? Or you're going to be interacting with them now because you're going to be able to see their stories, or you're going to be able to see their posts, and you're connecting with them. And then eventually you'll offer them about Q, or they might even come to you first. Okay. So what pages? That's your other homework assignment. So first one was figure out where you can add value and what your topics of your brand are, right? Figure out those things. Okay. I'm gonna wrap it up here soon, guys. But so that's your homework assignment number one. Homework, and then how can you connect with those people specifically? Are there any Facebook pages you can follow? Are there any Instagram pages like that you can follow pertaining to those things as well? Interact with people that are commenting on that, right? Send them a follow. They can follow you back. And then also, like even like local places, and they don't even have to be local to you, but maybe there are other businesses, like maybe it's other like dog groomers, or it's a dog groomer tool page, like a website you can get their stuff online, and they post stuff. And who comments on their stuff? Other people that are related to dog groomers, right? All of that stuff, right? So go and comment on the posts that are there. Friend the people that are commenting on the dog groomer tool online sales page, things like that, right? Cheyenne, stop texting me. And then so you can connect with them there, and then they're gonna circle back around to your post, and they're gonna be like, oh my gosh, she's, you know, that's why I connect with her, because she's being her, right? So that's going to help you with connecting. And then you guys, I am definitely not afraid of adding friends of friends. So if I got a friend, named Leah, and Leah and I have like 3 mutual friends together, none of them are with Q, obviously, and or just those are with Q or something like that, and she's not with Q, say Leah's not with Q, I'm gonna go to Leah's page and I'll go to like her most recent posts, people that commented or liked on it, women, because I'm a woman. I don't go seek out adding males on Facebook. That's not my thing. Can if you want to, but after that, I will go and like I'll message them. Or I mean, I'm sorry, I won't message them. I will add them as a friend. I will not message them. I will add them as a friend. And then, you know, we got a couple mutual friends together. They're friends of friends, like whoever. I literally don't even overthink it. Okay. Don't overthink it. You're adding friends of friends. Okay, cool. You're adding through your network that way. What other places can you get connected with in person? Okay. Who do you know in person? What places or pages or groups do you know in person that have connections on Facebook, or that have pages on Facebook, or that have, a friends list that they can get you connected with, right? Building relationships like that, but bringing it back to Facebook. You talk to your waitress, right? Like say your waitress like saw you mixing up your greens and at your breakfast that you had at Denny's. And she was like, oh my gosh, like, what are you mixing in there? And you'd be like, girl, it's my greens. You like, I have a sample, you want to try it or whatever. If she wants to try it or she's intrigued, be like, girl, add me on Facebook. I talk about my stuff all the time. Like add me on Facebook, and actually I'll get you connected, to one of the videos or something. Boom. You added somebody on Facebook, right? Or you meet other moms at like a park or something like that. You guys get connected on Facebook. Let's stay connected on Facebook. That's like my favorite phrase is like, oh, you on Facebook? Let's stay connected. Are you on Instagram? Like, let's stay connected. So simple. And then you get connected on there. And then now they see all your goodness online that you're posting and sharing. Okay. Let me see. How do you make sales? Focus on how many people you can talk to and getting them to a QIQ. Who else can you talk to and getting them to a QIQ? You have an issue with writing captions, making pretty images and graphics, not so good at wording that draws folks in. Okay, so what I would also do is I would literally, okay, so pretty images, something, define that specifically, because like pretty images, okay, anything can be pretty. One thing that you can do that's going to be a game changer is you can literally, if you're say you're taking a selfie, okay, stand in front of the window, facing the window, so you have natural light coming in on your face, and take the photo. That will help so much versus the light that comes from the light in your room or your kitchen or whatever, right? How to print off Facebook friends list. So that in the boards, Cami, I don't know if you're in that boards that we have, but Caitlin has like a step-by-step picture process of how you can do that and print your Facebook friends list off. I answered that one. Was this helpful, you guys? I am so sorry that I, had so many issues and you couldn't really see my face. I feel like a turd. So sorry about that. But I really hope that this was helpful for you guys. I am looking forward to doing more like mini trainings like this. It can't be done in professional mode. Correct. I believe Mariah told me this the other day when I was trying and I was getting frustrated about printing my Facebook list off. But I'm going to stop the recording before I say a couple things. But I really do, you guys, like,